The article I will be reflecting on is The Body Rituals Among the Nacirema by Horace Minor. This article was an interesting read because it made some of the things that we do as Americans seem ritualistic to other cultures. For one example, the hog hears for brushing their teeth. The Nacirema were very into teeth cleaning, and they liked their teeth to be clean, and they would go to the temple to get their teeth brushed. And in American culture, that is basically just taking a toothbrush and some toothpaste and brushing your teeth, but it made it seem weird. I think as Americans we can relate to it because it was really interesting to see how an outside perspective of this culture is technically the same thing as Americans do, just ritualistic. This is deceptive of Americans because it makes us seem not normal. I think as Americans we have this thing all the time where everything needs to be perfect, and we live in a society where there's a lot of consumption, and it shows that these practices are not normal, but to other cultures that they may be normal. This article is especially depicting because it's us as Americans are the ones being depicted, especially since Nacirema spelled backwards is America. I think a practice in America that is not seen in other cultures would be the practice of the holiday Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving is naturally just an American holiday that people only in the United States celebrate. People in Canada and Europe or in England have Thanksgiving on separate days, but usually the American Thanksgiving is held on the third Thursday of the month of November. It's usually towards the end of November, but it's basically a place where friends and family gather to give thanks and eat. This could be different for someone who is not a part of the American culture that celebrates Thanksgiving because they think of it as just a normal dinner. But what they don't understand is that people spend so much time trying to cook the meal, prep the meal, invite friends and family over. They spend a lot of money at the grocery store, and even in some American cultures, people cook the turkey for Thanksgiving and they hunt it as well. Someone of a different culture cannot comprehend the fact that Americans will take a gun and go out and try to shoot a turkey. Many people spend weeks trying to hunt this turkey, and they can be pre-bought at the grocery store. Turkeys range in sizes, but the bigger the better because the more people you want at the Thanksgiving meal. Other people from different cultures may not understand that Thanksgiving is a way to give thanks and celebrate everyone around us and the things that we are thankful for. To them, it could seem over the top because it's just a regular family meal, but instead there's things that are prepped that would not be prepped like a normal meal. There is just a whole feast. It's a lineup of food that people can come and eat from, and to someone of a different culture that may seem odd because they've never experienced that big of a feast with those many people. Something that has evolved over time would be the holiday Halloween. Halloween used to be a place where people would light things on fire to try to get ghosts to come out of the ground and spirits to fade. Now, since it has evolved over time, we do not practice that, but people in the United States practice Halloween by dressing up in costumes, going to parties, and handing out candy. The main one would be handing out candy and going trick-or-treating. Most people cannot wrap their heads around, from different cultures, that Halloween is something that we do where people walk to other people's houses in the neighborhoods and ring the doorbell to go trick-or-treating. Usually the people who hand out candy, they will have a light on their porch. And after talking about the holiday Halloween and how it has evolved over American culture and how other cultures view it, I think it has been beneficial to America because way back then people used Halloween as witchcraft, to call to ghosts, to have them come out, and they never really thought of it as a fun thing. They would light things on fire to get evil spirits to go away. It was a very witchcraft and evil holiday. Now, since America has kind of changed it into the more of a kid-friendly activity, I think it is a good thing because there's no fires getting lit. Everybody's just having on a fun holiday. There's no superstitions that come with Halloween, seeing a black cat. People dress up as ghosts for fun, and most of the time it's just a way for people to celebrate Halloween with their friends and family, taking their kids trick-or-treating to get candy and watching scary movies. After reflecting over this whole video process and seeing the differences and similarities between the Nacirema and the Americans, I think it's good for people to have a good insight on these things because it really just shows how much we can develop our worldview culturally and how things from an outside perspective are really important if you learn about it.